It's hot again. The other day I'm in the car, I'm listening on the radio, and now I forget his first name. Robertson, Don, the dad from Duck Dynasty. Roberts, something Robert. I forget already. I never watched the show, but he's a Christian, and I'm listening, and I guess he's in New York somewhere, Central Park or something like that. And the guy that's interviewing him is saying, "Wow, I guess you saw a lot of different type of people there." And he said, "Yeah, you see all kinds. You see, this and that, and this lifestyle, and all this stuff." And then Robert says, "And I love them, every one." And it kind of took me back a little bit, because here he's talking about these people that definitely aren't Christians, and says he loves them, every one of them. And as a believer, as someone who's following the teachings of Jesus, or maybe you think you are, as sometimes I think I am, and then I hear something like that, that's what separates us from everybody else. It's really the most difficult thing of the Gospels, is that we are to love and forgive everyone, which is really difficult. And we're not some people confuse the love thing, like it means it's, they get like either romantic or some sort of submission or something like that. But it's if you think of the love that I think the brotherly love that the Gospels are talking about is warning someone else. You see someone on the path of destruction, path of doing something that's going to have a dramatic effect on their life, you warn them out of concern. You say, "Hey, you don't want to do that." Or instead of going this way, you want to go that way. That's the kind of love we're talking about. The concern for your fellow man, which you don't have a lot of today. And then that, whether they're a Muslim, a homosexual, whatever group I have a problem with, we love those people. It doesn't mean tolerance. It doesn't mean that we tolerate what they do, but it goes back to the same concern. Hey, what you're doing is a path to death. It's not the path you want to be on. You're missing out on the great inheritance. You're missing out on the love of Jesus. It's that kind of love. Okay. So it's, and that's pretty common. You read the letters in red, it's pretty easy to see that. As far as forgiving people, there's another tough one. When you're not forgiving, you tend to be in resentment. Resentment's bad, really bad, because resentment eats you up. And you can't be a loving, forgiving person if you're filled with resentment. And so we basically have to forgive the people that have wronged us. You say, "Well, yeah, but when they did this to me, and I got to forgive them, and where's their consequence?" Oh, they have a consequence. Because when you've done something give as your testimony, when you've done that kind of forgiving because you're commanded to, you're stepping up. That's seen by God. That's seen by Jesus. When the other person doesn't follow in line with that, they're going to have their problems. Nobody gets away with anything. This I know. But if you look back in, I think it's Matthew 6 or Matthew 4, I think it's Matthew 6, the Lord's Prayer, when he says, we will forgive. We will forgive their trespasses of those who have trespassed against us. So our Father in heaven will forgive us. Remember, if you're not forgiving, you will not be forgiven. That's in red. I mean, that's written. That's another reason we're forgiving. Because we're not planning for what's happening to us here, but for the world to come. Anyhow, hopefully that makes sense. But I heard this, I forget the guy's name, but it's Roberts, the Duck Dynasty dad guy. But when he said that, I hadn't heard that in a while. And that's something I've not been doing. That's not something I don't concentrate on. Because I bitch and complain about everybody. But Yeah, it was good that I heard that. Anyhow, love you. God bless.